Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about how I made a zine for my book. Now here is the zine. She's really cute. She's beautiful. I love her so much, but it took a lot to get here. So I want to start by giving you a little bit of background first. So I am writing a book. The book is pretty much done. It's coming out in September, and as I've been writing it, I've been thinking a lot about marketing and I've been thinking a lot about book signings. And I tried to think about all the book signings I've been to. And I love when authors have things to pass out at the signings, like bookmarks or whatever. And I have been thinking about like what I could do to both market and what I would do at like book signings. And one of the things I started to think about is making a zine. Now my book is a short story collection, so it kind of lends itself to being able to be made into smaller parts. And I've been thinking maybe I could pass out like business cards with like a QR code on the back that will send you to my book so you can buy it. Or I could like pass out zines of like stories from my book. And if I was like at a book signing, I'd be like, if you want to check out the collection, you know, here is one of the stories, there you go. And so that has been on my mind. And a little while back, maybe a month or two or so ago, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like that idea. Let me try to make a zine. And I sat there and I tried and I failed. And I was like, okay, maybe zine isn't the route to go. But the other night I was on, I believe, Instagram, and I just happened to see this artist who was like, commission me for art. And seeing that made me think, wouldn't it be cool if like each story had its own art piece and I could like pass those out, maybe as zines, maybe as stickers, maybe as just like little postcards. Wouldn't that be cool? And so it got me thinking about zines again. Now this is all happening at like 12 a.m. My mind is just starting to spin. Well, first of all, I'm too poor to be able to commission 16 pieces, but that would be lovely. I would love to do that. I love how books and art come together. But then I was just like thinking about the zine, and I was like, you know what, let me try again. And so I went on YouTube, of course, and I saw this one video that was giving instructions on how to make a zine in Procreate. Now when I tried to make a zine myself the first time, I was doing it in Word, and trying to figure that out nearly broke my brain. But I was like, Procreate, I have Procreate. I don't really use it, but I have it. And the creator said it was going to be easy. So I was like, okay, let me look at this. And so I watched her video and I was like, oh, I can definitely do this on Procreate. I'm just dropping some pictures. That should be easy enough. So I was like, okay, I gotta grab one of my stories. And now my book is not technically done. I just finished with proofreads. And so I was like, okay, I can like copy from the proofreading document and then just insert the edits we did in the comments. And so I did that and I put it in Microsoft. So my plan was to upload everything into Canva, do the designing there, and then put it in Procreate from, you know, just how she showed me how to set it up so when you print the pages, it works right. And I quickly realized that Canva is not a word processor. It is more of a graphic designing tool, and trying to typeset in Canva was going to kill me. So I was like, okay, rethink this. And all this to say, a lot went on. There were so many trials and error, and I eventually didn't even use Procreate. I happened to realize that I could do this all in Canva, and also that Procreate, trying to like size the pictures correctly in Procreate was just beyond my skill level. So I want to walk you through how I made this zine, and hopefully you can use this video to make zines. Now I definitely recommend checking out that creator's video who I watched, because she just made looking at the basics of how to do the formatting so easy. But I'm going to show you what I did, and now I want you to know, you might be like, there's easier ways to do this. I did it in the way that would make it done, okay? So that's what I have for you. Now, the first thing you want to do is start with a guide. You want to make a paper guide, because that just makes it so much easier to do the zine in any kind of digital format if you can see it out on paper. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so here we are. You want to get some blank pieces of paper. So this can be your mock-up, so you know exactly how everything should be formatted and printed. So I would suggest starting by knowing how many pages you are planning to have in your zine, because that will let you know how many pages you need for this mock-up, and it'll just make things easier. I didn't know. I just did a lot of like guesswork, and I just lucked into it turning out all right. But for how many pages you have in your zine, it needs to be divisible by 4, because when you're doing a zine, the pages go 1, 2, 3, 4. So however many pages in your zine, it needs to be divisible by 4. My zine was 12 pages, so the front and back cover are 2 pages, and then the story itself was 10 pages on the inside. Now, to know how many pieces of paper you'll need, you want to divide whatever is your final number by 4. So like I said, mine was 12 pages, so 12 divided by 4 is 3. That means I needed 3 pieces of paper for this mock-up section. You can do your zine in different ways. You can do it where it's sort of like, I think this would be like an A5 size if you did it this way. I wanted mine to be a little bit smaller, so mine, I don't know exactly what size it is, if it's an A6 or not, but mine is like a fourth of a full 8x11 whatever printer piece of paper sheet. If you want to do it this way, you can, but the way I did it to get mine is I folded it down long ways down the middle, and then I folded it this way. Then you just want to label each page so you know what is what. So this would be my cover, and this would be page 1, and I would do this for both sides just so I know I was doing it right. So 1 and 1, cover, cover. And then you would do your back. Obviously you can do this in order, but I know this is 12 pages, so I'm just doing it now. Back. And then you just go through and number the rest. So opening it up, this would be page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And you can go back and do the 6, 6, 7, 7 like that if you want, but that is how you number it. And if you'll see, like if you were to just take a page out, if we take like the first page, it's going to be 2 and 11. So it's really important to have a mock-up to know exactly where the pages should be when you're doing it. So this is our little guide, and we'll keep this around to make sure we're putting everything in the correct order. Okay, so now that we have that done, it's time to get into the digital side of this. So first thing we want to do is open up Word. Now this, I'm making this as someone who made a zine using like a story. So this might not be necessary for you. You might be able to do all of this in Canva, but if you are trying to print a story on the inside, this is how I did it. So what you're going to do first is get whatever your story, copy, and then paste that into Word. So the first thing you want to do is go into File, go to Page Setup, and then turn your paper size into A6. You may not have to do this, but this is exactly how I did it. So I'm just showing you my exact process. And so I turned this into an A6 document. And so after you turn it into an A6, you want to go ahead and go to layout, change the margins. I did narrow, so this is my margin size. I don't need the title because that's going to be taken care of by the front. So here is the story without the title. Now, what you want to do next is select all. So edit, select all. And then this is where we start tweaking to make it look like how we want it to look like on this side. For my Word font, I use Garaman because I feel like that's basically the industry standard. I did 1 point spacing or whatever. And then I went to line spacing options, and I wanted my indent to not be as far in. So I did first line, and then I put that at 2. And for the way my story is typeset, I don't have an indent at the beginning. So I took away that first indent, and so it looks like this. Now, if you want to, you can put in page numbers, which is what I did because this is a short story and it's just easier that way. Make sure you change it because I don't have my settings in here, so it can automatically change, I guess. So I always have to just go in and do it myself. All right. And so we have that. And then the way books are usually typeset, they, you know, run to the edge of the line. So again, we're just going to select all, which is a Command A for Mac. And then we are going to put the alignment in justify. So it comes to the edge and edge. And so that is how I typeset the inside. Now, this is where I don't know, my steps may be getting a little convoluted, but I had to do it in the way that worked for me. So what you do from here is you save your document as a PDF. After you save your document as a PDF, you want to go over to Google and type in PDF to JPEG. I use Adobe. They give you like a free one to do. And so I just went into Adobe. I dropped my document into their converter. I already used it. So they're like, free trial, girl. No, I already used it. But you just go into free PDF to JPEG, drop your thing in, download the files, and then you'll have it as pictures. And then after that, you can go into Canva. So for mine, like I said, I wanted mine in this A6 size. And so what you want to do is go to document in A4. But if you wanted to do it the hamburger way like this, then what you would want to do is just do document A4 in landscape. Now I do pay for my like Canva, so I don't know how easy it is to just select any options, but this is what I did. So I go into document A4 portrait. So once you have the A4 open, you want to start formatting everything. So this is where your guide will come into handy. Now for my cover, I had previously commissioned an artist to do a cover for my book back when I was in undergrad working on this at first, because I just needed a way to visualize the book. So this isn't the final cover for my book. This is one I had commissioned like a long time ago, and I just still had the document. I had a blank version without the title on it, so I just took that and wrote the title for the actual short story. And then for the back of the zine, I just put a picture of myself, the blurb, and that the full collection is called Desperate Bodies, and that is coming out in September. So once you have your cover and everything designed and done like I did, it might look something like this. And so this is our cover. Now, remember, this beautiful thing that we made is our guide. This is our cover. And we know that the way this is set up, we have the back on this side. For me, if you're looking straight on, the back is on your left, cover on your right. And so we need to set it up on the page so it looks like this. So I know this is my cover. It needs to be on the right. And since I showed you how I'm doing it with these 4 boxes, we're just going to make it so that it is 4 boxes on the page. So Canva makes it really easy to like put your image exactly how you need it, which is why I ended up using Canva instead of Procreate, because the sizing just was easier to do, because it shows you where the middle line is and you won't go over like that. And remember, I am doing mine like this, so it's 2 to a page, so cover. I'm just going to duplicate this and put it at the bottom. And again, Canva makes it easy to know you're lining up everything all right. But if you want to be extra sure everything is aligned, just go to align to page. And then since this is the first one, it's the top and right. Those are already grayed out, so you know it's in the right spot. If we want to check for the bottom as well, bottom is grayed out, so that means it is aligned to the bottom, but I guess I didn't put it exactly to the right, and so I just click this and now it's perfectly aligned. Then we want to go ahead and do our back cover, because that goes on the same page. Remember, we have it like this so we know what page it's on. We'll put that in. We're going to duplicate that again, drag it down to the bottom, make sure it's aligned if we need to. So this is our first page. This is page 1 and this is 12. Now, the next part, we're going to open up our book. Our next page will be formatted like this. It's 2 and 11. Now, for my zine, because my pages are numbered on the inside, I wanted to make sure I was putting the pages in order. So even though this is page 2, my page 1 of the story was going to be right here. So I went back and wrote that in so I would make sure I was still putting everything right. So like you can see here, page 1, page 10 is at the end of this. Okay, so this is our next page that we are working on, page 2 and 11, which is going to be our page 1 and 10 of my story. Okay, we get our page 1, and then we're going to put this page 1 we know should be up here. If we're looking on it straight on, it should be to our left. So we put page 1 up here, size it correctly, and then beside page 1 should be page 10. So we put page 10, put it up here, make sure it is sized correctly, and then you can just go like this and then duplicate both of them at the same time, and then make sure you do your aligning to make sure everything is right. And then that is that page. So we did our first front and back page, then we moved on to our next one. So we start with the outside and then we move to the inside. So we have page 3 and 10 that we're working on. We can take this out of our booklet. We're working on the outside. So our 3 and 10 is going to be, in my book, my page 2 and 9. So 9 should be on the left side. Looking at our page, just hold it up while you're working so you can see what you're doing. And then we're going to just go put those pages in. And then once we have those pages in, we flip to the inside, do these pages next until we are done. And then it'll look something like this when you have the finished product. This is my document. And then once you have everything, you want to go ahead and download this from Canva. So I did PDF print, I did CMYK, and then I downloaded this document. And then when you have your document downloaded, you can go ahead and get it ready for print. So if you're doing it how I made my ZINE, when you go into your print settings, at least this is how it is for me in my computer, I have it on print in color because I want this to print in color. And then I'm printing it double-sided. Now, if you did everything right and everything is on the pages it should be on, when you print this, it should print out correctly if you followed my directions. And again, I'll reiterate, I think you should definitely start by watching that ZINE video that I recommended at the beginning of this video and coming to mine if you want to just get further in with, like, especially typesetting for stories, because that one was really helpful in breaking down exactly how to look at the pages for formatting. But I think even just watching my video, you should have it. But if not, she will go even slower, I think, and really help you get it. So once you print this, it should print out exactly how it needs to print out. If you are doing it in the A5 size, so the big hamburger type pamphlet style, when you come here for your print settings, at least this is how it works in my computer. When you do double-sided, you want to print it on the short edge if you're going to do it in the hamburger style so that it doesn't print upside down. Now, if you can't print double-sided on your computer, you can just feed it back in. So print the first page, take it out, put it back in the printer, and then print the second page. Might be a little bit of trial and error, but it's doable. I also have mine to print entire image, so this is where the scale to fit is. I tried doing the full entire page, and then I tried to do 100%, and this is just how it worked out best for mine. And so when I print it, there's a little white space, but I just trimmed that off. And so you can go ahead and print your document. Now that we have our printed document, you will notice this is not in color because my computer is running out of ink. So we have our document. This is what it looks like. Now we just want to cut this up to size. So I have my handy dandy cutting board little thing. I got this at Walmart. You can probably get this at Walmart. If you don't have one, cut it by hand. Use a ruler to draw the line. Cut it by hand. This is homemade material. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the fun about zines. They're not supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to have the homemade vibe. Okay, so we have our booklet. We'll just fold this in half. There you go. Now, when we flip through this, if we put everything in the right order, it should be in the right order. So let's open her up. Pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and our back cover. Now, for the edges, we can just cut that to size. So I'll put them back in my little cutting board to chop. Now, I have a bigger cutting board, which is what I use to do this when the pages start to get a bit thicker, but you can do it in this. It might not be the cleanest cuts, but you can if you like. Like, as you can see, it didn't go through every page, almost. So I have a bigger chopping board that I usually use, but for today's purposes, this is fine. Or you can just cut it, you know, with some scissors. Oh, there we go. Almost. But like I said, scissors. So yeah. And then there you have it. Okay, so that is basically it. That's how I put my zine together. I hope this was helpful. I know that when I was doing it, I did a lot of trial and error, so that might be also the journey you take. It's fine. You'll get it done eventually. I started making mine the day before yesterday at 12 a.m. and I pretty much just stayed up through the night until I was finished, and it was like 11 a.m. So hopefully this can help you streamline the process a bit and you can make a nice little zine of your own. But that is all I have for you for today's video. I hope this was helpful. Please leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you are into making zines or anything else of that nature, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.